Welcome to another dark time here at the Granada. Everybody here, give yourselves a hand for braving the maelstrom.
Yay!
If
you're missing one, you can have mine.
Yeah. It's a wonderful evening here. We're gonna have a wonderful show for you tonight. It's just been so hot out lately. I can't stand it. Oh, before we get into this, before I start talking, having a conversation with you guys, what's the standard rigmarole? Go ahead and take your cell phones, make sure they're set on their sexy vibrate setting instead of their loud irritating setting. If you, during someone's set or during the show, if you feel like getting up and refilling your drink, ain't no thing. We're not going to get offended at you. You're not going to miss anything. Cameron at the bar here is going to take care of you, and all I ask is that you guys all take care of him. Other than that, oh yeah, and if you're going to have a conversation, you've got a flirt on, you got something going, take it outside into the hurricane out there, and let the rest of us watch a show. Speaking of, yeah, anybody catch that like kind of what Kansas bait and switch that happened today? Like earlier today, I mean, geez, it was so hot out.
How hot was it?
Thank you, Dad. Anyone else want to not be a shitty audience? It was so hot out.
How hot was it?
It was so hot out that I took an egg, cracked it down onto the pavement, evaporated. Just turned right into a fart. No, it was just so hot outside.
How
hot?
Oh my God, you guys, come on!
How hot was it?
How hot was it? You're interested in this, okay.
Yeah.
It was so hot outside, my neighbor set his kitchen on fire just to cool down. No, it was so hot outside.
How hot was it?
It was so hot. On my way down here, I started to feel this sort of viscous liquid coming down the middle of my legs here and here, which I mistook for sweat at first, but the more it soaked into my socks, the more I started feeling like, if you'll pardon my language, there was something seminal about it. It was gross. It was disgusting. I didn't feel a thing, but when I got here and I went to go to the bathroom, my testicles were gone. It was so hot outside. It was so hot outside, my balls melted off. It was so hot outside. So hot outside.
How hot was it?
It was so hot outside, my cat took the day off. And when I got home, he would somehow had a Norelco to himself and was turning himself into a chihuahua. That's how hot it is outside, everybody. No, it was earlier, but it got a lot nicer. And that's good. So yeah. Speaking of hot, check this segue out. Speaking of hot, it's hot in Florida.
How hot is it?
It's so hot that it didn't take long for a child's body to decompose in the swamp. 10-year rule, right? Has anybody else heard about this story? Of course, if you were on Facebook or watched the news or talked to a human being on that day, does anybody else feel like they were in transported through a parallel universe where instead of 3 wars, a rapidly shrinking middle class, corruption at the highest levels of government, and a failing economy, like the nation's been gripped by this show trial? Anyone else feel that? That's not a joke, seriously.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing that came out of nowhere. But the weirdest thing about it is what Walt Disney Corporation is doing and their response, which is they're worried about losing tourism dollars, because that's a bad association, murder in a swamp, holy crap. So taking your kids to Disney World, they might not be into it, but Mickey Mouse actually went out and did a PSA, and just to keep kids, because the swamps are dangerous, went out and was like, hey kids, come on down to Disney World, I'll just look out for your parents, There's plenty of places to hide a small body. Just keep on your toes. Enjoy Disney World. That's a horrible thing Mickey Mouse did. For real. Yeah, I don't really have any more jokes while I'm standing. All my other jokes are sitting jokes because union rules. So on that note, I'm going to say, Quentin and Ben, hit it. I'm going to stand here awkward for the whole time.
you.
Everybody, Quentin Cheney and Ben Bartel, Dark Time Bandits playing for you, keeping your eardrums full of sound. Hand in hand.
Sound drums full of
Sound drums full of ears. Oh.